Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Ascharyavat pashyati kaschideenam.
Ascharyavat pashyati kaschideenam.
Ascharyavat vadati tathaiva chanyah.
Ascharyavat vadati tathaiva chanyah.
Ascharyavat-chainamanya shrunoti.
Ascharyavat-chainamanya shrunoti.
Shrutva-pyenam vedana chaiva kaschit.
Shrutva-pyenam vedana chaiva kaschit.
Dehi nityam-avadhyoyam.
Dehi nityam-avadhyoyam.
Dehe sarvasya bharata.
Dehe sarvasya bharata.
Tasmat sarvani bhutani.
Tasmat sarvani bhutani.
Natvam shochitum arhasi.
Natvam shochitum arhasi.
Swadharmamapi chavekshya.
Swadharmamapi chavekshya.
Navikampitum arhasi.
Navikampitum arhasi.
Dharmyadhi yuddhachreyonyat.
Dharmadhi yuddhachreyonyat.
Kshatriyasya na vidyate.
Kshatriyasya na vidyate.
Yadrichaya chopapannam.
Yadrichaya chopapannam.
Svargadvaramapavritam.
Svargadvaramapavritam.
Sukhina kshatriya partha.
Sukhina kshatriya partha.
Labhante yuddhamidrisham.
Labhante yuddhamidrisham.
Atha chetvamimam dharmyam.
Achetvamimam dharmyam.
Sangramam na karishyasi.
Sangramam na karishyasi.
Tata swadharmam kirtincha.
Tata swadharmam kirtincha.
Hitva papamavapsyasi.
Hitva papamavapsyasi.
So this verse number 29, we'll just round it up. Ascharyam is not, we have to define what is wonderment. Wonder. Ascharya means wonder. Wonder. Supposing I ask you to write the meaning of wonder, one will write in his own way, his own definition of wonder. Person says, it's a wonder. Another person says, one who drinks alcohol would say, alcohol is a wonder. Small child would say, balloons are a wonder. We have to get the definition of the word Ascharyam. We have to get the definition of the word wonder right. So the correct definition of the word wonder is I thought to be true my whole life. It is not, it is devastating. What I thought my whole life to be valueless, I discover suddenly it alone has all the value. It's called wonder. In fact, man only wonders once. He wonders only once. And that is when he hears the Shastra, and Shastra says, you are what you are looking for. What you are looking for. Been searching only for yourself. You are not in need of anything other than you. Not in need of anything other than you. For whatever you have been searching is other than you. Or you have been thinking your need is elsewhere. Actually, what you need is yourself. You need is clarity about yourself. What you need is light about yourself. One needs is only a light about yourself. This is called a wonder. Always thought my need is elsewhere. It discovers. Think of a bird, a mirror, another bird there, wants to meet that bird. Pecks at the other bird, wants to make friends with the other bird, wants even to really mate with that other bird. He tries to grasp that bird, struggles the whole life, it is struggling to meet the other bird. It even goes behind the mirror and sees, then there it doesn't find. And again it comes in front of the mirror, looks into the mirror, again sees a bird, wants to capture it, hold it, embrace it. Allah continues. Bird's struggle continues. Will it ever know? Long as it doesn't know. It comes to know that what I see is my own reflection. The struggle is over. My God, what I thought is another reality is my own reflection. That's called a wonder. Hear that? I thought is another bird. What I thought to me, what I thought the real bird, what I thought to be a real bird is not a real bird, it is a reflection of me. This discovery, is it a wonder or not? Does it just pass as a non-event? That discovery passes as a non-event? It is a wonder that liberates the bird from the struggle. Wonder that liberates that bird from the struggle. In the same manner, there is only once a man finds himself with a wonder, and that wonder is this: when the Shastra comes and tells him that all that you are looking for is what you see in the universe, what you see as the universe is not another reality, a reflection of yourself. It is the appearance of yourself. When you dream, your dream is not a reality to you. It is not a reality, it is dreamt by you. Another reality. Only dreamt by you. Truth is you. Similarly, this waking world is not another bird. I am a bird and I am seeing another reality, but this is not another reality, it is my reflection. My reflection, understand in oneself. A thought that you think is not a reality other than you. It is your own creation. Feelings are your own creation, not a reality other than you. In this manner, Vedanta comes and points out that the truth that I am looking for, the comfort that I am looking for, the peace that I am looking for, and the well-being that I am looking for, the freedom that I am looking for, and even the eternity that I am looking for is not elsewhere. It is one's nature. It is taught. When man is taught and taught until he understands. The problem with Vedanta is it doesn't leave you until you say enough. Understood? When Krishna began the teaching, Suno, Sunaye, Bhagavan said, Suno. And then when Arjuna said too much, felt too much, then he says, oh, love that. Now I have understood, please stop. He understood or not, he had to say that he has understood it, just to be free from Bhagavan's clutches. Won't leave. So similarly, Vedanta also, do you know why? Because it's like a mother. A mother never leaves the children until they become alright. Children may be critical of the mother. Children may curse the mother. Mother is not going to give up until you learn how to behave. Mother will go on advising. Aisa na karo. ऐसा करो, ऐसा करो, ऐसा ना करो. The children they feel cheesed off. मेरे को कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता. You understand? मेरे को कुछ नहीं फर्क पड़ता. What you feel, how you feel, I don't care. But I will continue to be on your head until you correct yourself. Individual in life, that is mother and father. Friends, if you can't admire. Parents, if you can't be going to be friend in this world. You can't like your parents. Whom are you going to like? You can't love parents. Whom are you going to love? Going to love the boy that has come from Brazil, a boy that has come from Morocco. Going to love. Can't love your parents, then your love for anybody is a bluff. I am telling you. Hear that? Say. If you can't love your parents, then your love for anybody is a bluff. For anybody is a bluff. For love for husband, they're all commercial. Therefore, Shruti is like your mother. This is why it is in feminine gender, Shruti. Feminine gender. We never say Father Shruti. We say Father Shruti. If Shruti were father, he would try a few times and afterwards you say, get lost. Lost. Nazar se dur ho jao. Would say, get lost. Would never say, get lost. Until you understand, the Mother Shruti goes on talking. And therefore, when the Shruti comes and teaches man what he is, all the comfort that he is looking for is indeed embodiment of comfort and peace and freedom and eternity. In that discovery, there is a wonder is not followed by another wonder. That is the final wonder. Other wonders are only just, you see a cockroach and oh, such a huge cockroach. They are all emotions, not ashcharyam. They are fears, not wonder. It is not wonder. Fears are not wonder. Shastra doesn't create in us a sense of fear. Shastra creates in us a sense of wonder. Pleasant wonder. When the wave is told, you are the ocean, please pleasantly struck with wonder. The bubble is told how the water that it is and the water that the ocean is are not two. The water that is there in the bubble, oceanic water, when the bubble is told, you are the ocean, is pleasantly struck with your eyes. Ashcharya. Therefore, here Bhagavan says, this is one point. Another point that I have to bring out here is topic because everybody is reluctant to look at himself. There is a great reluctance to self-introspection and self-reflection. And to introspect is different from reflection. In the evening, before you go to bed, you can look back on your day's life and see where did you go wrong, where did you go right, what are your omissions, what are your commissions. This is called self-introspection. It is a kind of evaluating your day's behavior. You evaluate your behavior. Did I behave well? This is called self-introspection. Atma avalokanam. Called Atma avalokanam. Self-introspection. What helps us grow. In fact, we live 80 years and we still never grow. Why? Because we never introspect. I never study my growth. I never have a progress report on my behavior. Never have a progress report on my behavior. Nobody is going to give me a progress report on my behavior. I have to make one. To follow? to have a progress report. Am I progressing? Am I becoming better? Or am I becoming worse? Or am I stagnating? We should care for my growth. Not that we should care only for our sense pleasures. Not that we should only care for our material wealth. We should care for our growth, mental growth. Like when a person doesn't physically grow, it's a matter for concern. He has got a problem and he doesn't grow, he doesn't put on height, then it is a matter for concern. If a person does not mentally grow, it should be a matter for concern. But when the mind doesn't grow, it doesn't become a matter for concern. It is just taken, ऐसे होता है. Self-introspection for us to do it. Every night, before you go to bed, look back at your behavior. Where did I go right and where did I go wrong? My omissions and commissions, rightly, admirable approach. Give us an insight into our. This is one thing. The other thing is self-introspection. I mean, the self-reflection. Now, before we go to self-reflection, I am going to ask you a question. Is self-introspection commonplace? Is self-introspection done by everybody? It's rare. Self-introspection itself is rare. Definitely self-education, finding out what we are. Are we the body or are we other than the body? Are we inside time or are we beyond time? Are we subject to come to an end or are we going to survive the death of the body? Understanding what we are is called self-reflection. Definitely self-reflection is more rare. Is it not? It is rarer. And therefore that rarity is what is conveyed by the word Ascharya. There is Ascharya. It is Ascharya. Even if there is a teacher, he may not get the student. Even if there is a student, sometimes he doesn't get a teacher. When everything is there, we take everything for granted. A Sanskrit teacher wants to teach Sanskrit so that he can become firm in his Sanskrit. By way of teaching, you become more and more clear. But therefore, in Rishikesh, the principle is somebody says, the teacher says, come and please listen to Sanskrit so that I get some practice. Then he says, महीना को कितना देंगे? सुनने के लिए आप तो सुनाएंगे, मैं तो सुनूंगा, बैठ के सुनूंगा, आप सुनाओ. Because you can't teach a wall. A living man must be sitting there with eyes kept open. I will do that. I will come and sit down with my eyes open and looking at you, and you imagine that I am listening and understanding, and that really facilitates your teaching. For that, how much will you give me? Therefore, the teachers always offer salaries for sitting in front. This should give you an idea how difficult it is to get a student for learning. Sometimes a student wants to learn and he can't get a student. He is Ascharyam and a teacher is Ascharyam. And I am telling something very important. Teacher may be there, student may be there, but yet the atmosphere may not allow you to study. I am there talking and you are there listening. Supposing suddenly there is a lot of noise around, there is a disturbance. Conducive atmosphere also is Ascharya. Find some conducive atmosphere for learning is also Ascharya. That is why here Bhagavan says here, in Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, Athava yaha ayam atmanam pashyati sa Ascharya tulyaha. The one who understands the self is a wonder. Yagati, the one who teaches is a wonder. Yashya shrunoti, the one who hears is a wonder. Therefore, you too are a wonder to be able to show interest in truth. able to show interest for truth, you are a wonder. Leave alone. With how much capacity and diligence you will understand. That is not. Just showing interest for knowing that. Showing your interest for knowledge makes you a showing interest for truth. Sadati yascha shrunoti saha aneka sahasreshu kaschideva bhavati. Aisa vyakti karodo mein ek hi milte hain. One who has value for truth is one in a million. Having value for. Sometimes you tell the truth. Now I am just to hear this point. I'll tell the truth, all right. We tell the truth because there is no pressure not to tell a lie. Because there is no pressure on me to tell a lie, therefore I tell the truth. The truth just because there is no pressure on me to tell a lie is different from value telling the truth. Value, I respect. Valuing it is valuing truth. Sometimes I am honest because there is no opportunity to be otherwise. I am honest. There is no opportunity to be otherwise. And even if there is a temptation to be otherwise, I have value for honesty and honest. That's called value for honesty. Value for honesty is rare. Value for truthfulness is rare. Value for non-violence is rare. Sometimes you don't hurt others. Why? Because not enough provocation. Not enough provocation. Given some pressure, you would hurt. Minus the pressure, you may not hurt. But even when there is a pressure, sometimes you don't hurt because you value non-violence. Or I'll give you some grosser example. These are all too subtle. You just go above the head. I have to make it a little more. Gangotri, you become vegetarian. That is not available. To Gangotri and become and remain be vegetarian because the other is not. America and remain vegetarian. What does that prove? You have value for being vegetarian. It's that value that gives you depth. Individual is deep. An individual is profound, is made profound by the values he has. Money that he has doesn't make him profound. It's not the money that strikes in us. It's not the money that makes us profound. It is the same values that make you happy. What can make you profound alone makes you peaceful. Can make you profound alone can make you peaceful. Can make you peaceful alone. For each virtue promotes the other. Each vice brings the other vices. Vice after vice. They all because they're all great friends. They can't live in isolation. Vices can't, like alcohol can't live alone, isolated from. Nicotine cannot live alone in isolation from alcohol. And non-vegetarianism also cannot live in isolation. And therefore, wherever they all get together, all the vices flock together. All the virtues, you respect one virtue, it brings another virtue, that brings another virtue. The virtue promotes other virtues. Vice promotes the virtue and vice. Therefore, when I have value for the right things, that value, those who follow values because they have value for values are very rare. That rarity is what is called ascharya. Rarity is called. Bhagavan says, Sacha Shunoti sa aneka sahasreshu kaschideva bhavati ataha durbodhaha atma ityabhipraya. What does that prove? Introspection is rare because it is running against the current. Man is used to man is used to swimming with the current, and he doesn't like swimming against the current. Man is used to justifying what he does, what he does. He doesn't analyze himself, he analyzes others. Analyze himself. If he analyzes himself, that is self-introspection, and that is very difficult. The self-introspection is rare and difficult. Education, study, also rare and therefore difficult. Even though it is difficult, but this is over. Thus, Atma Jnanam is very rare. A thinking man always goes for the rare. A thinking man does not go for the commonplace. Like, supposing a person says, everybody is non-vegetarian in America, because everybody is non-vegetarian in America. Suppose you go to America and you ask for something vegetarian, they will come and give you eggs. They say it is vegetarian egg. Yes. So vegetables, unless this are there, but very difficult to find. Therefore, non-vegetarian is commonplace. Vegetarianism is rare and good. It is rare and good. And the one who goes for the rare and good is a thinking man. One who falls for the commonplace is a layman. Layman means what? The one who lays his hands on something on which everybody else also lays his hands. Called a layman. Layman is one who falls for the same thing for which the whole world falls. Thinking man is one who goes for the Ascharya, something rare. This is over. Now, next verse, please see. I want you to look at this verse. Dehi Nityam. That is one sentence. Are you seeing the next verse? Dehi Nityam. The self in the body is eternal. Dehi Nityam. And it can't be killed. The problem is, I am going to kill Bhishma, I am going to kill Drona, and they are going to kill me. Death. The conclusion that even fear of death was that Bhishma might die, that Drona might fall, I might be gone. Death is the problem. Death is not a problem as long as it's far away, understand? Death is a problem for every jiva. Death is terror. Think the death is right in front, it is a terror. It's far away, then I can realize, okay, bahut dura. Whether it is far or here. You see, you can visualize death as a reality even when it is far away. You hear this? You can visualize death as a reality, as something that is inevitable. One can visualize death as inevitable even when it is far away. One can visualize death as inevitable even when it is near. But the fear of death is what really spoils of living. Fear of death is a great spoiler. Fear of insecurity is a great spoiler. All relationships are strained because of these fears of insecurity. So to fight that insecurity, let me accumulate. Fear of uncertainty, therefore let me accumulate. Fear of disease, therefore let me accumulate. Fear of unhappiness, therefore let me accumulate. Fear of isolation, there is always a fear. In fact, we only build our life on the platform of fear. Is the incentive behind accumulation. There is no need behind accumulation, there is a fear behind accumulation. Fear and then work. Fear. Therefore, it is always better that a human being first solves this problem. Hey, do we really die? We are born now, we are right now we are alive, but I know that this body is going to be non-eternal. One day it will die and it will be burnt off. This much I understand. But when the body is dead, when the body is burnt off, am I there or am I gone? Particular topic, it is better that you open it and look at it. Any uncomfortable topic, we don't want to open. Any uncomfortable file, keep it in the store. Never open any uncomfortable file. Any file that is, you don't like it. It is very, uncomfortable. It makes you feel uncomfortable. You do? Close it and there. And what does the file keep doing? Collecting dust. Keeps on collecting dust. And on Diwali day you dust it and keep it back. Bhagavan has given us Diwali to dust those files and to be kept back. Similarly, this topic of death we don't want to open. Because it is so important to know. Because the fear of death being the great spoiler, it is better to open this topic for good. Better to take a close look at ourselves. It is true that we are going to be zero, and we can plan our life differently. It is true that we don't become zero, then we can plan our life differently. What are we? That is why Nachiketa, he asked only one question to Yama. He said, everything else can wait in life, but I can't wait for the answer to this question. I can wait for the answers for my other questions. I can't wait for the answer for this question. What is this question? Yam prete vichikitsa iti cha eke nayam asti cha. What I want. Some say when body dies, nothing remains. Some say when the body dies, nothing happens to the self. Person doesn't die, his only form is replaced by another form. What is truth about it? Please give me the answer. And when Yama starts giving the answer, that answer becomes an Upanishad. Answer to that one question becomes an Upanishad called Upanishad. You are great, you are all scholars. The two Upanishad. In this manner, in fact, no, it is better that we show impatience in what we are. What is the truth about us? Therefore, Arjuna's problem was death. Why should I fight a war that is going to take the life of everybody? Simple. Is duty more important than being alive? One can always say, is duty more important than life? It doesn't seem to be very convincing that duty is more important than being alive. That's why here Krishna says, Arjuna, you better solve this problem, and that is Dehi Nityam. Life is Nityam, eternal. Vadhyaha, it can't be killed. Vadha means to kill. Vadhya means that can be killed. Avadhyaha means can't be killed. He, the soul, the person, the conscious being, avadhyaha, can't be killed. Dehi Nityam, and therefore it is eternal. Dehi. And where is Dehi? Dehi is there in the Deha. Sarvasya Bharata. And in the body of every living being, the soul in every form is eternal, though form is non-eternal. The word soul, don't take it, even there is nothing wrong with that word soul, but the connotation must be clear. Soul means, Atma means, the who is aware, the person, the conscious person. Person is different from the body. When a person dies, his form is there, but the person is not, in the sense the person has his identification. When a person is asleep, all that you see in a sleeping person is the body, but the person, that person is fast asleep in the sense he has heard his for the time being, is connection with the body. Temporarily. He may come back. Like, when you leave home in the morning and go to office, temporarily, you are out of your house. Not at home. Not at home. I see your house, but you are not there. I see only the house, minus the householder. See the griham, but not grihastha. If that is possible, if I can see a house and the householder is elsewhere, is not there, I can see the body also lying, sleeping, but the person is not at home. He is not at home. He is at home with himself, but he is not in the body. He is not in the body. He is not in the body. But he is very peaceful. He clearly tells us that we do leave the body every day and we assume the body. We leave the body. And when we falling asleep means just leave the body. Feeling that I am the body is gone. Feeling that I am the body is gone. Sometimes, you are standing in a bus or somewhere, you are standing and you then feel sleepy. You just fall down. Like a log, just fall down. It's lifeless. That means minus your presence, this body is a form. And therefore, this form is non-eternal, but the soul in it, the person in it is eternal. Are you attached to? Are you attached to form or the person? Where we need a little adjustment in our attachment is our love is for the person. Our love is not for the love should be recognized. There is a person in the form. The form, a shirt. So when a person puts on a beautiful shirt, is your love for the shirt or the person? There may be some jokers. Love the person because they love the dress they are wearing. So, just as our love is not for the shirt but for the person, similarly our love is not for the form, the body, but for the person. That person is spiritual. Person is the truth. Form is untruth. That person is neither man nor woman. Person minus the form is the man nor woman. Person minus the form is neither young nor old. That person minus the form is neither of this caste nor that caste. Person minus the form is an empirical thing. That person is neither father nor son. That person minus the form is the truth. Truth. That is why here Krishna says, Dehi Nityam. This person is the truth. Dehe Sarvasya Bharata. And the soul is there not only in human body, the soul is there. This is the verse that you have to remember, you have to quote. If anybody asks, do the animals have souls? Do the animals have souls? In fact, the same question they are also asking. Animals. In fact, they did ask me, Swamiji, do you think that human beings have souls? I said, yes, they have souls, as much as you have souls. Then why do human beings ask the question, animals have souls? Please tell your brother that we also have souls. Okay. This is my interaction with them. Animals said, always, when you feed a goat, fatten a goat, you fatten a goat only to sacrifice it. Is it not? You fatten a goat to fatten yourself. Selfishness. Classical definition, example for selfishness is this. What is it? You fatten a goat to fatten yourself, so that you at once look both generous and selfish. There is a facade of generosity. There is a facade of generosity and reality of selfishness. Able to follow? So, I am so generous to the goat, I fatten it too. Therefore, here Krishna says, don't think only human beings have souls, all animals also. Therefore, the next line, Sarvani Bhutani, therefore all the living beings, Natvam Shochitum Arhasi, No, you don't deserve to be sad about anybody. Nobody dies. तुम सोचो तुम्हारा हंसी. When somebody dies, you don't deserve to be sad. You can show formality tears. You can look to be sad because that is all formality, but in your heart of heart, you can be wise. A wise man also can look sad. A wise man can also look some emotions, can show some emotions, but a wise man knows in his heart of hearts, nobody, there is no grief inside, the feeling for the survivors. When somebody being sad for the death of a person is different for those who survive because they depended upon him. If I become sad for the one who died, that he died, that is, but a wise man does not become sad for the dead. A wise man does not become sad for the dead, but becomes concerned about the survivors. He shows sympathy for the survivors, doesn't become sad for the dead, because he knows that when an ornament breaks, don't become sad. There is no loss of gold. A form. There is a loss of form. There is no loss of substance. When an ornament breaks, there is a loss of form, not loss of substance. Smith really doesn't. Okay, another form I can make. In that manner, when death doesn't frighten us, there is nothing to spoil our life. If there is no fear of death, then nothing to spoil our day, nothing to spoil our life. There is nothing to spoil our joys. There is nothing to happy in life. Therefore, we can learn to live without sadness if we are clear that the person is eternal, the form is not. The form you can't save. The form you can't save. The person you can't kill. The form you can't save. The person you can't kill. This is the truth. Even if the form lives on 100 years, ultimately you can't save. In 10 years, it has to go. खींचो, कितना खींचेंगे? कितना तक खींचेंगे? 110 years, 120 years. And therefore the form is indefensible. You can't save the form and you can't kill the person. We are not forms, we are persons. We are beings. We are conscious beings. We are not. Bhagavan gives an example. To give you an example, try. Have you ever seen a cobra? Have you seen a cobra? Live cobra. Not on National Geographic. Live cobra. Have you seen cobra? Live cobra. Yes, Swamiji, there was an opportunity for me, and then it came, I could have seen the cobra, and people said cobra, and I closed my eyes. I got so scared, I closed my eyes. Need to see cobra. Hey, when there is an opportunity to see something rare, you better see it. You have to close your eyes. Close eyes at the right time. It's time to keep your eyes open. You better keep your eyes open. You see a cockroach and then you close your eyes. Hey, you better keep your eyes open and keep your sight on it, where it goes. Supposing you close your eyes, then you can't monitor the cockroach. You see a lizard and then immediately close your eyes. Then you can't monitor lizard. Can't handle it. Closing eyes is not the answer. Have you seen a cobra? Once in a while, it sheds its skin. Sheds its epidermis skin. Epidermis is like the body. Shastra gives the example. Skin that the cobra sheds, that skin that it sheds is like the body. And having shed the skin, it goes. Person is like that. The skin that it casts also has the look of a snake. The skin that it casts, it sheds, also has the look of a snake. The dead body also looks like a person. The body also looks like a person, but that is not the person. The skin that is cast by the snake also looks like the snake, live snake, but there is no live snake has left the skin and gone. The person leaves the form and he severs his connection with the body. The body may look like a person. Neither the body is the person, nor the person is the body. Neither the body is the person, nor the person is the body. The person occupied the body. Body is a tenement. Atma is a tenant. Not able to follow? घर है और आत्मा किराएदार था. All what? Kiraedars. To keep this house, God says, this is the tenement. You are the tenant. Look after the tenement. As long as you look after the tenement, you can live in the tenement. You don't look after the tenement, then you cease to be. Everybody is a tenant. There are land, there are lords also. Even the lords are tenants. And therefore Bhagavan says there is a difference between the form and the person. Think about this reflection, thinking in terms of the distinction between the person and the form. The person is conscious, the form is inert. Person enters and exits from the form, but it's inert. It is non-eternal, whereas the person is eternal. When we say Bhishma, hey, your attachment is for the person. Your value is for the person. Your value is for the person, not the form. Value for the person. Value for the person wherever he is. Keep moving anyway. We have to keep moving from form. Creation is like Bombay, where you have to keep moving from tenement to tenement. Similarly, you can't have permanent house. Similarly, also in this creation house, you have to live, you have to move from body to body. We continue it. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purna Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vadishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om Tat Sat.
Somebody with a girl in the library, I asked her to complain. She said that we should give a letter. We give a letter, she'll forward it to the central zone. I think that all fine. Thank you so much. I enjoyed it.